Dr. Steve Griffiths, thanks so much indeed for your time. Really appreciate it. Thank you for sitting with us. Congratulations on another extraordinary event, and significant one as well, as UAEREP marks a decade of advancing rain enhancement science, not just here in the region, but further afield. And that's why I wanted to get your reflections on that. How do you see the program itself over the course of the last decade contributing to global efforts in water security?
That's a good question. And water security is obviously very important.
Yeah.
As we know from all the discussions, about a quarter of the world, maybe 20% of the world, is lacking access to clean water. So rainfall enhancement to me is really a key part of water security. And when I think about water security, my 4 areas of focus would be availability, accessibility. So water is available and you can also access it, making it also affordable, and then also looking at the acceptability as far as sustainability. The program has been a leading program in all areas. When I've done work with NCM, we published a paper recently in Nature on this topic. We looked at how much contribution the program is, maybe your rainfalls, cloud seeding, rainfall enhancement, the countries contributed toward the water supply. Shockingly enough, for some, about 2 to 8%, almost maybe 10% of all of the water supply in the country could be equivalent to what we're seeing from the additional amount of rainfall from cloud seeding. So definitely availability. Accessibility, we're always trying to make sure, of course, the rain is more accessible once we have the rainfall. Affordability is very important because we've also quantified what the cost of the water is relative to, say, desalination. And we're looking at probably 1 cent to 4 cents per cubic meter, where desalination, 30 cents to $1 in the best cases. So we're looking at order of magnitude difference in the cost from rainfall enhancement, cloud seeding in particular in this case. And then acceptability, I believe, as we heard in the discussions today, that if you're looking at how to get clean water to populations, we know desalination is a technology which we leverage widely, but it's got a carbon footprint, it's got brine, it's got all these kind of issues around it, so we have waste discharges and what have you. With cloud seeding and rainfall enhancement, we have an opportunity to produce less water, but in a way that is very socially acceptable if people don't see this as some kind of geoengineering type of thing, and is got a very low carbon footprint relative to other options.
As someone who's been involved in the initiative pretty much from the start, as well as someone who's been there since the inception as well, how proud do sort of moments like this come across for you? I mean, we'll talk about the achievements in a moment, but the fact that so many of your peers, your colleagues from around the globe come together to share their findings, listen to your findings as well. I'm sure the growth of an event like this is indicative of what's happened in the program as well.
It is, and what it also demonstrates is that the global water security challenge is not one that is based on just the findings or successes of one discipline. If you don't bring together all the folks in science and engineering and the government stakeholders as well to these kind of events to have a dialogue about where they see gaps, where they see opportunities, you don't make advancements. So over the past 10 years, we got involved, cloud seeding, rainfall enhancements. You might see some people turn up because it's kind of interesting. Now, when you look at the quality of individuals coming to talk about how their different perspectives can contribute to the dialogue, it's amazing. So I'm so proud to see what's happened here and the kind of individuals that are able to contribute to the discussion.
And to that end, and to pick up on a point you made there, the importance, and we heard it already this morning, of cross-disciplinary research, not just research, of development, of the sharing of findings and knowledge as well, that collaboration that we talk about. But again, in those 10 years that you've seen the program grow, has cross-disciplinary research and its importance also evolved?
Well, I can give you an answer with a perspective on our new strategy. So I worked with NCM on new strategy for the 6th cycle. If you look at the areas in which we need to succeed in order for rainfall enhancement to succeed, you look at creating new materials. Material scientists have to create these kind of materials, and we have to scale those up. You look at the whole area of autonomous systems and drones. This is going to be people doing computer science, mechanical engineers, they're doing the drone development and such. So you have that whole drone paradigm. If you look at novel cloud formation, novel rainfall enhancement, that's wide open. Engineers can come in and they can figure out how. We had a project, for instance, where we're trying to create clouds by having essentially an upside down jet engine and spray aerosols in there and create a cloud. This is going to be heavy engineering with some science behind it. Landform modification, limited area climate interventions. That's going to be a whole host of people that can create a digital twin of what might happen and then build that entire realization of what may happen that you saw in silico in a real domain where you have to have engineers, civil engineers alike come together. And all that together, the modeling AI and physics-based modeling, these are going to be computer scientists working with the physicists and all to come together to figure out how all this stuff can work, again, in an environment which you could potentially use to look at the physics-based understanding of weather and then use that to train an AI-based system. So yes, you cannot succeed in this area without so many disciplines coming together, and it's reflected on your strategy.
Listen, Steve, I'm not going to keep you any longer. It's just day one of 3 days. You've got to have lunch at some point as well.
I'm going for that.
We'll let you get off to that. Thanks so much, Dave, for your thoughts this morning. And
Thank you so much.